Take a leave of absence. Take a leave of absence. Use 4 weeks and 2 weeks leave of absence without pay. You gotta look at it from long because you become real famous, more popular. You know, if you get more fame, more publicity, more money comes down the road.
Welcome back to Kapantas Barbell, and today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my hobby as a powerlifter. Now, many of you may know I began competing in powerlifting at the end of 2017. I began doing that as time went on. I began to get gradually more structured in my training. I started setting some more goals for myself, just personally, and around that same time I began following the sport of powerlifting. And became a fan of it. And after about a year or two of training in that manner, I decided to do my first competition, which was in November of 2017. And I now have, I've done 4 competitions so far. My best competition lifts are a 518 pound squat, a 308 pound bench press, and a 584 pound deadlift. I was planning on competing a couple weeks ago actually, but due to all this craziness in the world right now, I don't know when that'll happen this year. But typically the way my training works is if I have a competition coming up, I say maybe 12, 16 weeks out, I start specifically training towards increasing my 3 competition lifts, which are my squat, my bench, and my deadlift, and exercises that help build up those lifts. Once the season ends, which is usually around this time of year, I add a little more variety and variability to my training. A little more fun stuff, some conditioning, whether it might be doing stuff outdoors with a sled, which I'll be probably doing some videos on shortly. Maybe some higher rep work, not quite as heavy, more bodybuilding type stuff, just stuff to make it a little more fun and to kind of work on some of my, my weak points to when I turn around and go back and do competition prep again. That's typically how I train. I really enjoy it. It's a cool way for me to somewhat legitimize my lifts for years later when I'm not able to do this anymore. I have my lifts all documented. We all know the guy who tells you, when he was your age in high school, he benched 500 pounds, and then he hurt his shoulder and now he can't do it anymore. So it kind of takes away from, the quote-unquote fish stories about all the, glory days that people talk about. Not the only reason, that's just kind of a fun reason I do it. It's a way to kind of have a body of work that's documented that doesn't ever go anywhere at some point. So that's really why I do it. That's why I enjoy it, and it's been a lot of fun. Do not worry, I do not train any of my clients this way, nor do I intend to. This is just a hobby of mine that I do. It has nothing to do with how I train my clients. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Have a great weekend, everybody, and look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks, guys.